Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Disco Elysium Part 19. In the previous video we tried to figure out what it means to be truly hardcore to the max. Now we're going to investigate this church where there may or may not be a Crabman.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you.
I mean, it looks like it's
The
open.
rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. But there might be a Crabman. Crabman? A man who is both crab and man? Or a crab that is both crab and man? You should not walk here, not run? No. Grotesque wooden figure? It's like, I will run if I want to. More the forked lightning pattern? A live wire runs directly into it.
This part of the church.
What are you talking about? There's like some person singing. They're going, ah.
Of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I have appreciated just putting one of those points into perception. I like a lot of the perception flavor text. I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Go.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
They got really good acoustics. They got sound dampening out the wazoo. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Can't hear shit.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
What if it's paranatural?
Please, detective, not this again.
What do you mean this again?
He's trying to act dismissive, but at this particular moment, he's more open than usual to the idea of paranatural phenomena.
Yeah. Do we have a skill point? We don't. What did we put our skill? Oh, we put it into empathy, right? Because we failed that check with Chickadee.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Crabman. Crabman. Crabman.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
I don't really see it. On the ceiling?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
I don't see anything. And if I don't see it, I can't be spooked by it.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
The lieutenant follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you are seeing.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Blink? Oh no. I'm gonna get spooked. Oh, there's a person.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
I mean, he doesn't really seem like a crab.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Hello?
The shadow is a man A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The Crabman.
Are you the
The
Crabman?
man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Crab people.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes.
What the fuck?
But don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
If we were scared, would we be confronting the legendary Crabman? What are you doing here?
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
Nah, we're gonna pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, our very cool bootstraps. Actually, our boots don't have straps because they're just so advanced.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Yeah.
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about policeman things. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Oh, yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use.
What are you talking about?
You got it all under control.
We haven't had any alcohol since day
I can
one.
smell the control all the way over.
You wouldn't be able to smell it. I won't buy it. Ever since racism was defeated by us single-handedly, we have not needed to use the dark drug. I'm doing just fine, thank you.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
But like, where's the part where I say I haven't been, we just had like one little sip and it was for a good cause? I guess you have a, but we're not an alcoholic anymore. That was Harry. Raphael only uses it for good.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
20 hours? What the fuck? It's been brought to your attention that you're an alcoholic, and that it's a sickness and it's killing you. You're crawling on your knees through life, your booze-filled belly dragging you on the ground, your brain now fuzzy, now in overdrive, your hair sticking together with today's cold sweat and yesterday's vomit. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this, even bone-dry reality. I mean, I feel like we should probably take this. Because we are rejecting alcohol and drugs, kind of. At least the drugs. And 20 hours of -2 physical instrument. I highly doubt the reward will be worth it. But we'll probably try and do that one just because I think it makes sense for our character.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Saving perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Are you the Crabman?
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Yeah, it's kind of more of a spider.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
What were you before you became a Crabman?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
I lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me, start again from scratch, where I'm not a loser named Harry.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother. That
Yeah, I don't know about all that. That didn't sound like my bag, baby.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name sets me apart from my fellows. How often do you meet a Raphael Ambrosius Castillo?
Don't think I
RAC.
met one yet, Holmes.
Studies you silently for a moment. Don't make him think that that's not our name, Kim. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who's the mother of silence?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What happens when you drink the perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
Oh, so like Dark Souls. Yeah, so your religion. It's Dark Souls.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
What? No, you sure you didn't just switch one drug for another, I mean?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
Well, I think that's kind of an unfair comparison. What about, when your faith becomes so unshakable it forces you to think in a very rigid manner?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
Let's agree to disagree.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
You gonna say it again? So, what you doing in the church?
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
You should sing for me, the superstar cop.
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
So how'd you find the church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
Right, I had other
The
questions.
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
That doesn't sound like us.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
You know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa.
Thanks.
Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
So there's another person living in the church?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
You know where I can find where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer
eh?
now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who she is?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
or search through her radio computer.
So, would you be okay with this being a nightclub?
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
So what do you think about a nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
I mean, that could be a good attraction. Come to our nightclub, see the Crabman.
Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Okay.
The ones in the tent outside?
You should support it.
Absolutely, man. Wouldn't bother me. Might even be...
He said that in spite of him.
So no conflict there. I'm gonna loot your church for donations. But this isn't your church. This is a church for somebody else. So you shouldn't mind if we steal the stuff for the other thing that was being worshipped here. Boots. I don't know why, like, okay, so sometimes it's the tooltip shows up in the bottom corner. I've been wondering why sometimes it doesn't show up. I think, okay, I guess that has something to do with me holding tab. Causes it to show up in the bottom corner instead? Okay. I've been wondering why it didn't seem like it would show up sometimes, but I've just been holding tab most of the times when I click on stuff.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem for us.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
But it looks just like the one in the doomed commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
Let me investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses.
He does not have
You're
diamond-shaped
free to
glasses.
proceed.
You ever seen a diamond? Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
I just says Febmar?
Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An
Oh, you think it's gonna be the
old
same
greets
lady?
you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon.
It is.
Votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Hey, Yvonne, it's me. I don't know if you probably don't remember us, but
Good. Thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area?
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
What if my brain just tells me the answer, though?
Maybe he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register votre accident.
Stop
Is there anything
registering
else I can
my
do for you
failures.
today? Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print. Nothing happens.
mean, I doubt he knows, but... Well, maybe he's heard ladies say it out loud or
Oh,
something.
hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
You hear her say the password to a radio computer?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes identifying regional trends in the interest of public safety.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think
Super
of that?
death.
Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. I think we're done here, essay.
Oh.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Sometimes you just gotta do a little side quest so that you can make your brain stronger, Kim. Because sometimes your brain has been poisoned by the specter of communism. And all your
machine's
stats are
keyboard
low.
is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps.
Good afternoon. Good. Please
Afterlife
repeat
death.
password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
See ya.
Goodbye, Fortress accident.
The machine's keyboard is still The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read it up.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Let's read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
Third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
You read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers.
Okay, that's the strat right there, Lexi.
Artists, yet again, harassing citizens, stealing badges, occupying public spaces with installations, like the one here. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Oh, the writers are in a fine spot, right?
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
The data
Seems
loss.
like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand.
Too bad it
what
can't be
the
about
author is
cars,
saying.
am I right?
Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Okay.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
I don't think it's anything to do with the murder. Presumably it's just about what happened to that company.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the 6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The silence.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
8th entry we go.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again.
Is it hardcore to the max?
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Sounds like she doesn't think it's hardcore to the max.
A girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
Bro, that was me.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
Yeah, it was a great idea because I just got XP.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Oh, it's time for some
A
karate.
strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hey. She's not in a hurry, at least. She's not like, hey, don't touch that. I'm gonna attack you.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
You didn't have your name on it. Could be anybody's computer.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're on a side case representing certain music venue organizers.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here.
He barely looks up from the keyboard.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
I was still reading those logs.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Okay.
What is it?
Are you the lead programmer of the We're All Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
But, what you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
So I'm really good at English.
If you're not here to hire me,
You'll see me bragging
I don't
about
really
it.
know how I can help you.
So, what's with all the machines?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
What's with the antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefect processing unit.
What?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer.
And the antenna is processing?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
Okay. And the AR1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
So, what you doing with the radio computer?
I'm working.
I feel like I should be able to arrest you for that comment.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core, the light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on
I
something.
mean, I'd like to get to the point too, but the game won't let me.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do, and you're not helping.
Okay, well, the water's probably for electricity or something. I'll try to. Next question.
Great.
Okay, what are you doing in the church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm a police officer. It's my job.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
I didn't say I was going to. Unless you don't want to open a dance club, then your ass is grass.
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
So there's a hole in the world? Whatever.
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
You know, it's just the pail peeking through.
What do you think it is?
We're
What
used to it.
qualities does nothing
We're a
have?
ghost cop.
How do you measure something that does not exist?
You suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
So we're living in a world that has holes in it?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
Yeah, I don't know how to measure something that doesn't exist.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
You go silent, standing there at a circle of basins. It looks like some sort of ancient ritual.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Does that have anything to do with ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
What about other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
Well, I mean, not many know. What not many know is necroplasma exists.
Great. What are we talking about? And why?
I'm gonna arrest you. You have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark.
Crabman.
Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe. But it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
That's where the Crabman lives?
I know.
You don't think the Crabman might be eating all the sound? Or something?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
So your research isn't going well? Why not?
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
The more you tell me to not talk, the more I want to talk. That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about dance music?
What? I hate it.
What are you, 40? It's the future of dance music.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Okay, but how do you feel about a club for dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I think they want to make a dance place.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Have you seen the Crabman?
No?
You know if he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you?
And?
Okay, it's probably not a big deal.
No. You're right. I'm not.
Alright, see ya. So Crabman's still gone. Crabman, can you teach me your crab ways so I can climb to the top and go through the hole to another dimension?
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Nah, I'm good.
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope.
We can look up. I don't know. I'm just not gonna kneel for her.
The woman looks down at you standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
I don't wanna.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light
Well, at
of
least
the
we got
window
something out of that book.
above you. The woman still smiles, her distant smile.
How did I
sundered by
know
the
this
crack
is
in
the
glass.
mother of humanism?
It's a mystery.
What?
A mystery sprinkled with self-pity.
Wait,
and
a
regret.
5 was not good
For
enough?
some
I
reason,
know we only had a 4.
unknown to your
We need a
mind.
6.
Looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go.
You heal morale when you
something
fail, but
else.
the
Escape
morale
her sad, worry-worn
still
look.
comes in at the same time. Like they should counteract each other. What thought even gives it? Was that the communism thought that gave us that garbage? No, it was this one, right? Yeah. This is Dolores
The
Day.
old woman in the village was right. This must be the Delorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew about this place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else she got?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
You know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. although I can be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything
They
more
probably
about
wouldn't
it,
trust us with
why
that.
it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
Well, I mean, if I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Just roll high.
The shards glimmer in the dark. You see
Well, we
little
got a morale
pearls
back
of
there.
light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
And I guess we're done here? Go talk to the kids. Now we do want to eventually head back to the main town. We want to talk to Guy at 1900. And then we'll probably send Kim away with the body and try and progress the main story before the game kills me.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church. Checked it out.
And? What happened?
Talked to the Crabman.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
He seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
There's something sinister going on under the building's roof. I think he's getting high or something.
What do you mean?
I mean, it didn't sound like a sober man's talk. He must be getting visions up there.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Nah.
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
He said he wouldn't mind a nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone
I
else.
guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Yeah, he's not like a massive enemy crab. He's just a massive neutral crab.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when she came in.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
The love, I'm not really feeling it,
You'll
man.
get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Yeah, Oda 9. Rocking it or dropping it?
She was definitely dropping it.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She won't leave until her project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
I'm not gonna evict her.
Look at you, honour man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
She does not.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you.
I'm not gonna kick her out, but I will do what I can to bring dance to the world.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Only have a
Goodbye,
2 in
officer.
logic. I talked to the Crabman.
Hello again.
Okay, see ya. He doesn't care that I talked to the Crabman. Okay.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre and he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
You don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Are you bitter because your radio game project failed?
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
I'd be very mad if I rolled a snake eyes.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
About your research, you mentioned earlier it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
You talking about the Doom commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
I've already been there.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar.
It is?
Filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
So these computers, they can handle having like a little gore on their filaments, right? Just asking for a friend.
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need...
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
There was a note that said it had been moved to a safer place.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said it had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by something named... Oh, that's that guy she was talking about earlier in the log.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads.
Valley of the Heads?
Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
By the way, we put a dead body in that fridge.
Wait, what? Whose dead body?
You know, we don't actually have to tell the entire world about the fridge.
We got no filter, man.
Whose body is it?
It's the body of the hangman.
And what is it doing in the fridge?
It's almost as if she feels some sort of ownership of the fridge.
Don't worry, I put it there temporarily. It's all part of an official police investigation.
You put it there? You put a dead body inside the ice bear fridge.
Just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in
Very
the loop.
cool, like the dead body that's in the ice bear fridge.
We would appreciate it if you kept this knowledge to yourself, miss.
Who would I tell? My mother? I don't have anyone to tell. And if I did, I wouldn't. I don't care.
So what is an off-site copy and why do you need
It's
it?
a backup of my former employer's project. The radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Yeah, what my brain said.
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put it in the
accident that
fridge.
has
I don't
nothing to
know.
do with how the
That could be
backup was
bad.
stored. We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Alright, see ya.
Thanks. And here's my Qualsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
Ooh.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
Well, too bad. Ooh. Oh my god, it's fucking gigantic. Oh, it was like a, you know, Swiss Army knife. This thing's a damn saw. Alright, so we got... When do we meet up with guys at 12 or 1900? Okay, it's actually 21. I said 12, but I meant 21. Frozen ice cream maker mentioned in the note. I have no clue who that is. It's alright. There is still this. Oh, I completely forgot about this thing. Oh yeah, we never went into that area. Yeah, where was the... Where did the gloves go? Did she say where she put the gloves? I completely forgot. Yeah, the sandcastle behind her house. Do I know where she lives? It's not yours? You didn't crash every MC in Revachol? Let's come... Oh, that's probably the cryptologist guy. But let's save that for later. Let's stay at least a little focused. Because we may also just need to accept that we're not going to be able to do everything. Sandcastle behind her house. There it is. Okay, very delicately.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Reach into the catacombs and pull out the shiny object?
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Damn right. They're just better versions of my gloves. Encyclopedia. Oh man, we should have been using these for those encyclopedia checks. I completely forgot. We're supposed to be to leveling. No, pretty close. Okay, map me. Take me back to the waterfront. Is that past time? Doesn't look like it. Cool. I still just have no clue how to talk to that
as they
lady.
have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence.
This is where I started off my motor carriage before sinking it in the sea.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard.
No, that was probably something different.
Well, You did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene.
Yeah, you're welcome. So how the hell do you get up there? It actually like it's bugging. Maybe through the greenhouse somehow? I don't know. Maybe it leads around there.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6.
You got anything new to say, Kuno?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. Kuno doesn't fuck.
Okay. Ice cream, ice cream. If I was ice cream, where would I be? Screaming. Is ice cream on here?
Call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Silence.
Space City?
No one answers the door. Silence. No one's home at 4. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell.
Maybe if we give Guy his bird, he'll be like, hey, as a treat, let's go to the ice cream place together.
Can
Best
I
friends.
help you?
I found a new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
It's no biggest, thought it'd look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of a cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
You sound like you're not being sincere.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
I see ya. Hey, you know anything about the ice cream?
Yes. What is it?
You have a blue uniform and mine is black. What does this mean?
It means I'm a patrol officer, sir.
Okay, I see ya.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Okay, see you. Hey, we need to go buy our tape recorder too, and I
The
can't
door
go
is
through
this door.
Can't be done. Nobody knows how to do it. I'm not going to bed, by the way. Wasn't it in
A mirror hangs on
interfacing?
the bathroom wall.
Oh, we
In
need
it,
our tool.
Your clean-shaven face, adorned with the expression.
Interfacing. Or no, we need our tool. Chain cutters? Cutters of the chain? Anything else that gives interfacing? Besides our sweet gloves. Answer seems to be no. Anything that's giving us minus? No.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, the faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Try encyclopedia. Where's my glasses? I think this is +2. Anything else that gives encyclopedia? It's not gonna have the best chance, but I think it's good enough to take a shot at it.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
Yeah?
For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry.
Regional mega hit?
Sometimes
I feel like to be a
add
mega
finger
hit, you
pistols
have
to
to
the
be
mix,
inter-regional?
Because, unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
So I adopted it.
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
How long ago was the
There is a
new?
vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Okay. Well, electrochemistry. Let's see. If we equip everything, no, we should end the video as well. Oh, wait. Okay, they both give electrochemistry. And I really thought we had more sources of it than that. And that's still only going to be like a
The
what?
pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into.
Oh.
Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something. Soft, yet crinkly. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in Sur-le-Clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum, loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar.
What pants are we wearing?
And not only to your fingers.
I don't even remember where we got these. I guess like some of the first pants we got, I guess we just never wore them.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Alright, we'll give it a shot next video maybe. It's only a 28% chance. But I'm also like, I'm probably never going to put any more points in electrochemistry. But it's low enough that I don't think we're going to try it. Because I'm probably never going to put a point in, but we might get some extra clothes to give us a higher chance later. I mean, I don't really care that much about removing the expression, but it's a skill check and I want to pass it. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.